Hey everybody, my name is Lilia and let's start our today's stream. Today we will continue our TestFlix series and we'll talk about the decision table on an example of the butterfly effect movie. For those who hear for the first time, I could tell that our TestFlix series is about applying of test design methods to some simple examples. For example, some famous movies. And today is the butterfly effect. Traditionally, let's start from the brief summary of the film. The main character of the film is a guy named Ivan. We see him step by step from age 7 through age 13 to the age 20. Ivan has some blackouts when he doesn't remember the previous moments. And all his blackouts in his childhood connected with several traumatic events he suffered during the whole childhood. The events when he suffered from the blackouts in the film started from his visit to his father in mental hospital, when he had a first blackout and then found out that his father gonna kill him. The second blackout was when he, with his friend Kylie, forced participating in kids porno by Kylie's father. The next one, aged 13, he with his friends Kylie again, Lenny, and Kylie's brother Tommy put a dynamite to a mailbox, and this crazy idea caused a lady and her infant daughter death. And the last blackout in the childhood, again in age 13, when Tommy, Kylie's brother, killed his dog because Ivan dated his sister Kylie. But despite on all these terrible things in the childhood, now Ivan has age 20, he is a successful student, but one day he knew that Kylie made a suicide. He started to read his childhood journals and found out that while reading, he can really get back to the past and do something in the past. And of course, he decided to use this new ability to change the past to save Kylie from the suicide. So he is back, his first return to change the reality. He is back to the first thing in his childhood, when his father tried to kill him in the mental hospital. And we knew that before it, when even as a kid had a blackout, even as an adult man got back from the future and told his father that he can move from the future to the past. And that was the reason why his father tried to kill him. So the future changed, Ivan got back to the new reality. Now he is a student, he dates Kylie, but by some reason he is sent to the jail for killing Kylie's brother Tommy. From this reality, he proceeds getting back to the past. He again reads his child journal, and now his target is the second blackout. When he had the blackout, when he was a child, really he got back as an adult. His second return, this episode with a kid's porno, he asked Kylie's father not to touch her. But the future changed again, and the future is unsuccessful again because Kylie becomes a prostitute. So Ivan decided to change the reality again. He returns to the third episode with a dynamite, and he saved this lady with her daughter, but suffered from this explosion, and now he is a disabled person. He lost his arms, and now he cannot walk. Okay, he reads his journals again. Another return to the past with an episode with a dog murder. He saved the dog. The future changed again, but now he's in a mental hospital like his father. And his doctor says that there are no journals, there are no returning to the past. This is only the crazy ideas in his sick mind. So let's stop here for now, and let's try to make a table from all that events and actions of Ivan. So we have 5 events. The first one, when nothing happens, and then Ivan becomes a student, and Kylie completed the suicide. Okay, Ivan doesn't return in time. This is the first reality. The next one, Ivan returns in time to mental hospital. Then next one, to a moment with a kid's porno. Then to a moment with a dynamite, and to a moment with a dog murder. So we have 5 events, and we have 5 results of the event, each event. If Ivan is doing nothing, Ivan doesn't return to the past, he's a student and Kylie made a suicide. Or another variant of a reality of Ivan dates Kylie and he's in jail. Then Kylie is a prostitute, then Ivan is a disabled person, and Ivan is in a mental hospital. So we have, again, 5 events and 5 variants of their reality for Ivan. Connected with the errors, connected with the reasons and the results. Then mental hospital conversation becomes true. Action, jail. After it, this is still true. Mental hospital conversation is still true. Another attempt to change the reality. The kids porno conversation between adult Ivan in a body of a 7-year-old child with Kylie's father becomes true, and after it, Kylie becomes a prostitute. Then the dynamite incident, the previous ones are still true. The dynamite incident, prevention becomes true. Action, disability of Ivan. And then the dog death, prevention becomes true. Ivan is in a mental hospital. So we have some events and some actions connected some way between them. Let's create a table. And from this moment, we are trying to test, or at least to plan the test, or several tests for this movie, like in our previous TestFlix webinars. So let's start from a simple table. From this moment, we will call events conditions, and results we will call actions, because we don't forget that we are trying to create a decision table. So the conditions. even returns in time to a mental hospital, returns in time to a mobile moment with kids porno, with a dynamite, and with a moment when Tommy killed his dog. And the actions after these attempts to change the reality are even becomes a college student, even dates with Scully and been sent to a jail. Kylie becomes a prostitute, even is a disabled person, and even is in a mental hospital. So we have conditions and we have actions. We have no conditions do nothing because, as you will see in our next slides, we could say it in some other way without making the special condition for it. Okay, so let's remember the previous slide, the connection between the events, and let me underline here that if we are talking about bottom arrows, all top arrows on the top of this particular arrow in the bottom are true. So this is the step. These are the steps of events attempts to change the reality. So, and from now we will try to make a dependence in a table table form. Conditions. All conditions are yes or no. Yes. Do nothing is no for each condition here. Each events from events attempts to change the reality by getting back to the childhood. And if nothing happens here, everything is no. Action here will be even becomes a student. Kylie killed herself. This one. If only this line is yes, so the first attempt is true and nothing happened with the next attempts. Even dates with Kylie and been sent to a jail is happens. This action. Yes for the first and second attempt. Kylie becomes a prostitute and so on. And the last yes, here the last action here even is a mental hospital. After all the attempts becomes true, becomes yes here in the table. And this table is now very, very similar to a decision table from a testing theory, from a test design theory. And let's make a decision table from this table. What should we add here? We should add firstly rules. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. And our set of conditions with a result from a set of actions will be our test case steps. So R1, that are the steps, and this is the expected result. Actions are the expected results of the steps above. And every column of our table will become a test case. To give you an example, I created the test case for the R2, this column, when even returns in time to a mental hospital is yes, but the others are no. So, and this is an expected result for this test case. This is the way how to make a test case from a decision table. We have some test case ID, let it be test case 002, because we have rule number 2, R2. Title, even returns in time to a mental hospital to say something to his father. Precondition, don't forget that the precondition for the rule 2 in our case is rule 1. So this is the precondition action after the rule 1. Even becomes a college student, Kylie kills herself, because this is the event that make even able to get back to the past, to his childhood. So this is the precondition for our test case. Even as a student, probably there is a journal written by even in the childhood. It is a mandatory condition for making this test case. This is the precondition for it. Even open the journal sitting alone in the room. I didn't say it during the webinar, but this is the mandatory condition for making even able to get back to the childhood. He should sit alone in the room, nobody around. Steps, even open, we have imperative here, even open the journal on the description of the mental hospital visit, because this is the test case about the mental hospital. Return back to the past, say I can do the same as you, and get back to the reality. Expected result, this is the expected result. I would repeat that this is our action here, even dates with Kylie and been sent to a jail. So okay, we tested one set of rules, one set of conditions when even returns in time to a mental hospital is yes, but the other ones are still no. And we have this is expected result. Okay, but you could ask me right now, but what about the happy end? Because all that conditions here, as you can understand, are not happy ends. In any combinations of conditions, our poor even is either in jail or in mental hospital, or something wrong with the Kylie. So we need a happy end. And let me get back to the film and open this secret to you. Another variant of reality was when even in a mental hospital asked her mother to bring him the journals, and the mother started crying because she decided that all that sickness got back to Ivan, and okay, Ivan asked her to bring him the video from his childhood to see. But the real reason was Ivan decided to check if it is possible for him to use not his journals from his childhood, but some other source, for example, video. And he found out that yes, it is possible, and he can watch the video from his childhood, and he can get back to this moment from the video to the past. And he watched the video from Kylie's birthday when he got 7 years old, and he returned to the past and said something to Kylie like, I will kill yourself and the whole family. And Kylie cried and ran away from Ivan, and they didn't become friends from this moment. And all that childhood crazy, terrible events that Ivan suffered from didn't happen, because Kylie and Ivan now are not friends, and Kylie gone with her mother after after her parents' divorce. So they didn't communicate, they didn't become friends. And this is the only condition for the happy end for this film. So we see the last reality of Evan and Kylie, and we see that they didn't know each other, but separately they both are happy and successful persons. So this is a happy end, and let's try to add this condition to our decision table. This one, Evan meets Kylie in his childhood. They become friends. Kylie gone with her mother, and after her parents' divorce. So if they meet in their childhood, yes, here we have a happy end. Sorry, no, here, and we have a happy end. So we have the rule number 6 here. We added one more condition. Let's imagine that we didn't know this condition yet, but we got this condition from our virtual business analyst. This is our new requirement from our business analyst. Let's imagine that the creators of the film Butterfly Effects, Butterfly Effect, sorry, are our analysts, and we got this condition from them, and we have a happy end here. We added this happy end to our decision table. And to make it even more real, we created one more test case. Let it be R6, test case 006 here, and the title even returns in time to Kylie's birthday, and it prevents all the traumatic events. There is a video with Kylie's birthday. Evan is alone in the room. I didn't mention here the previous conditions because I think that we should check if Evan could watch the video from the first branch of the reality and got back to this birthday and change his reality in one step, not in 6 steps like in the film. The film will be less interesting, but I think this is a working test case for us. So Evan, start the video, return back to the past, say I will kill all your family, and get back to the reality. An expected result here is a happy end. Evan is a successful man, Kylie is a successful girl. And everybody's happy, and our webinar ends up with this happiness and success. So thank you for your attention, and that's all for now.